Okay, so Fabio Wardley versus Frazer Clarke has just ended in a split draw. I think Wardley won the fight, if I'm being honest. I think Fabio Wardley won the fight. I don't think you can give it to Clarke either, to be honest. If there's a winner, it's Fabio Wardley. A draw, I'm not going to moan on and on about that. But if there's a winner, it's Fabio Wardley. Clarke doesn't win that fight. Howard Foster's an absolutely shit judge. I don't think I've ever had the same scorecard as him. He's an absolutely shocking judge. Always disagree with him. Always disagree, and I think the majority of people do as well. I see a lot of split opinion, but Fabio Wardley won the fight in my opinion. I think he won 114 to 111. I actually thought Wardley was doing quite well in the later rounds. He was just fighting off heart and getting the better momentum going at the end, landing the better combos in my opinion. And Wardley had the more standout moments, to be fair. Frazer Clarke was landing a few good uppercuts, but let's be real. When the crowd got all excited and stuff, all of those moments were mostly coming from Fabio Wardley. That's the thing. So, and you need to consider as well, literally possibly 2 10-8 rounds as well to Fabio Wardley. You need to take them properly into consideration. I don't think that's a draw. I don't think it is, but I'm not going to fully go on and moan about it. I think it's just the fact that a judge gave it to Frazer Clarke. I don't think you can, especially 115 to 112 as well. But both guys literally both knackered after round 7. Let's be real. Both guys were basically fighting off heart, basically through their hearts. They were both. That's how they were both fighting. To be fair, just through heart. That was what was happening. They were both absolutely knackered. Let's be real, they were. Wardley ended up dropping Frazer Clarke in round 5. Great knockdown as well. Came up with a great right hand, followed up with some big shots, and eventually got Clarke down. Clarke had a good last round, though, where he had Wardley in a bit of trouble. But, yeah, both guys went too knackered to really go on and do anything, to be fair. But, yeah, all British title fights in that heavyweight as well. Always just looking fantastic right now, to be honest with you. Honestly, fantastic fight between the two, no matter what. I think there were a lot of close rounds in it, though. There were a lot of close rounds in it where you can look at them and give them as possible swing rounds, to be fair. So, there were close rounds. But if there's a winner, it's Wardley, though. Let's be real. I don't know. I had a feeling they wouldn't give it to him because it wasn't on his show. I'm not screaming robbery or anything like that because it's not a draw. I don't think can fully be moaned about too much, but I think Wardley's been slightly hard done by it, though. I think he was putting in the better work. I do think he was putting in the better work there, to be fair. And the much bigger shots in the majority of the rounds came from Wardley. He was landing the bigger shots, in my opinion, throughout. Yes, early on, Frazer Clarke was able to bust the nose up of Wardley, and Clarke was winning those first few rounds. But I feel like Wardley looked better as it got later, to be fair. I think it did. I think Clarke looks really good. I think, Clarke does have potential to do really well in the sport, but he just gets ridiculously sluggish. That's the thing. He just gets ridiculously sluggish a lot of the time. And I think with Wardley, I think Wardley's definitely going to get somewhere, to be fair. I see Wardley having a good, solid, bright career. Wardley came up against someone who, who's a lot more experienced than him, especially in these more bigger pressure fight situations. So, yeah, Wardley dealt with it well, to be fair, and I think should have won the fight. I thought Wardley was putting in some real good body work today, to be fair, especially in those later rounds. He was really going for the body of Clarke. Looked like he had him hurt a bit. But yeah, Clarke was, I know. I don't know if I'm being stupid here, but I feel like Clarke was the more tired out of the two. Well, not in the last 2 rounds, but quite a bit of it at times. Clarke was looking more tired, but then yeah, probably last 2 rounds, Wardley then took over in becoming more tired. But yeah, I think I think Clarke did really well at countering the jab of Wardley. Clarke was really good at countering the jab, mixing it up with a good double jab after Wardley's single jab. Clarke was able to Clarke was boxing well, especially in those early to mid rounds. He was boxing well, fair play to it. But after that knockdown, that's when I just feel like Wardley started to take more control once he got the knockdown. And I feel like it just started to the momentum was with Fabio Wardley. It was. And then obviously the whole point deduction as well. But yeah, Frazer Clarke was fighting back well, though, landing some good shots. Again, as I said, close rounds. And it is, and I feel like, the judges and stuff probably found it hard to fully determine a winner. I feel like, it was close and rounds are hard to score. I feel like loads of people are going to have completely different scorecards to one another because of how close the rounds were. But no, honestly, I ended up giving the majority of those close rounds to Wardley because I feel like Wardley ended the rounds, especially as well. I feel like you've got to look at who ended the rounds better as well. And I feel like Wardley ended the later rounds better than Clarke. He did. Wardley, he ended the round. Wardley ended those later rounds better than Frazer Clarke did. But Clarke might have started them a bit more or kind of took over a bit in the middle of the rounds, but Wardley ended it well. And they say a lot in boxing. You look at the ending of those rounds, and Wardley was landing the bigger, better shots than Clarke was. And, I feel like we're taking control. But, yeah, a draw is what it is at the end of the day. I think they should run it back. I don't know what's else for the others. I mean, for Wardley, I don't know who his mandatory is. But it's Clarke, isn't it? So no, So they run it back. They run it back, don't they? That is what they should do. What's the point of doing anything else for them if they don't run it back? They've got to. I feel like it must happen. It's a must-happen fight. They must run it back. But yeah, both guys, fair play to them. Both guys showed a fantastic chin, fantastic fight throughout, to be fair. And yeah, gave us hard rounds to score. And let's be real, the overall card wasn't exactly the most entertaining, but that main event really did make up for it, to be honest with you. I thought the main event was fantastic, but the rest of the card was pretty poor, to be fair, let's be honest. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching this video, Kiels. I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.